All right, good morning. It is 9:03 a.m. We're watching the market just continue to push down here. I've got the 5-minute bar up on the screen and I'm going to watch and observe, see what it does. Got another minute to go on this bar. Feels like it will continue to just push down. You can see we had that power move up. This is part of the overnight section. And then just quickly reversed that, came down, and it's just been pushing lower. Gap down from Friday this week. Yesterday was a holiday. You would think this above would be pretty good resistance up here. I would think we just continue to push lower. Last week we saw buyers step in right around like 75. So this is last week. So some buyers step in here, push it up. But yeah, I don't think it gets too much higher than 5,000 today. Probably just gonna sell off. But we will wait and see. Here's Friday, kind of like an M-shaped pattern. Just sold off pretty hard. And let's see what we did overnight. Just a whole bunch of this. Yeah, we're up at 23, 24. Just came down and just sold off all night. Kind of tried to put in a floor around here. Test. Can you hear me, Doug? Sound should be on. I ran a bunch of tests over the weekend, so I'm not talking too loud. I haven't been talking a bunch. There's not a whole bunch to say right now. But hopefully you can hear me. So I'm wondering if I'm short here, where would profit be? Profit would probably be around like 76, another 12 points lower. Got another minute and 45 to go on this bar here. Feels pretty weak. Test. Okay, hopefully that's a little bit louder. Should be a little better. If not, I'll move the mic tomorrow. Test. 1, 2. This might be a little echoey. Looks like we're going lower here. Looking for probably the low 80s. I almost pulled the trigger on a short right there. $82. Potentially drift down to the 70s as well. Let's see here. I'm going to start a piece here. Now these are micros, so I'm not in too heavy. Actually in pretty light. Let's kind of add one more. Let's see if we can break that level. And we'll see. If we break this, we'll kind of see what this 5-minute bar shows us right here. Meaning like how big it gets, if it's going to look like one of these where it's just a quick decisive move down, or if we just meander lower and that's it. So first target, looking for 82, but I want to see what price does for when we get down there. Time frame on this, at least for that first target, it's going to be within the next, I don't know, 10 minutes. Should happen pretty quick if it's going to go. Is that better, Doug? This was a nice short here. Come up, fakes it out, takes it right through. So not getting that follow through, not yet. Still got a minute and I don't know, 35 to go on this bar. Let's see what else is. It seems like the path of least resistance is going to be lower. There we go. All right, so we can hit 82. Again, want to watch and see what kind of length this bar puts in. Tighten up that stop a bit. Come on, give me that 82. Got another 45 minutes to go on this bar. I don't like watching the dome, but I do like it for just quick movement of targets. There we go. Might try to take one more off the table here. There we go. So we'll try to take two off down here and then see if it moves some more for us. Don't want to see a wick and a pop here. I'd like to see it just continue pushing lower. Should at least give me that 82.50, I would think. Come on. Got my stop at break even now. Let's see. Perhaps a point higher might be the spot to do it at. So I'm not liking how it's come up so high here. Tempted to kill one of these, but yeah, it looks like we're getting stopped out here. So we got close to our target, within a point. Didn't see that coming, thought we'd have a bit more follow through, to be honest. There we go. All right, we're out. So break even on that one. Yeah, thanks for your message. Yeah, thought we'd at least get down to 82. Then I moved my target up to 82.5 and just couldn't get there. Was looking at let's see. I was looking at this kind of mess over here. I shouldn't say mess, but looking at all this stuff, thinking, yeah, we could probably get a bounce here, or at least stall, then maybe just continue to push lower. So the bears are surprised. I don't know, surprised, but bears are taking note of this candle here, I would think. There we go. Bears are taking note of this candle. So I did think about having my stop at 89. Probably still would have got stopped out. We came up and kissed that mark. But yeah, just based on this bar, I'm not super interested. But there's part of me that wonders if we just kind of meander down, eventually get down into the 70s. But we'll wait and see. Hey, Greg. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. I got my mic a little further away. It's out of the way, but if it's bad, I'll move it closer tomorrow. I had the sound out a little bit just because sometimes I'll tap on my desk. And it feels kind of like a little obnoxious. So, how's the sound? A little better? So I've got do a little chit chat now that I'm kind of hanging out. I've got 10 accounts that are funded with Apex. I have had 10 that were very close and got a little sideways with them. I trade small, just trade micros, and sometimes I'll go get a little gutsy, went in too big, and over the course of a few weeks, just dwindled that one down. So I thought, might be good to start the stream again, be super disciplined, and try to do it with some accountability. So here we go. But it's gonna be good. I've been thinking about this and looking forward to it for a while. So, thankfully it sounds a little bit better there, Greg. Or GT. Maybe I should call you GT. Sounds a little better. Probably kind of echoey, so I apologize for that. All right. Thanks for the heads up, Tommy, with liquidity at 81. Should have front run it a little bit, but it's okay. So I was thinking last night about, let's say the professional trader who's traded for years, consistently profitable. The amateur trader who's, let's say they've tried their hand at it for only 3 years. They're still a noob, right? And the difference between these two people reading the market, I would venture to say it's probably marginal. I'm sure there's some difference, but I don't think there'd be as much weight as we would like to give it. I don't think there's as much weight as you may think there is. But I do think the big difference, is in how a professional manages risk. And I think that makes all the difference. So skill, I'm sure the professional has some skills, trading wise, execution of trades wise. I'm not talking about mental and emotional skills, but just on how they execute, that are important. But more than anything, they are masters at managing risk and managing themselves, right? Their psychology, their mental state. Because managing yourself is part of managing risk. All right, let's see if we take out 81 and then just keep going, which I would venture to say that is what's going to happen. So at this point, I'm tempted to short, and then if we come up again, add some to it. I'm going to try 2 here, just small. And then if we come up and look weak, I'll add some more. I might add a 3rd contract. I'll sell 1 more. There we go. We're in 3. My stops are pretty far. If something starts looking kind of wonky that I don't like, I'll cut it. Think about adding one more here. I'll add one more. Average price is 85 quarter. Oops. There we go. Let me look at this over here. Let's see. Q, quick 15 minute. And Q looking pretty weak. I'm gonna buy one back right here. Just lighten up a little bit. So I'm in 3 now instead of 4. Again, these are micros, so not super heavy. That's nice. Got a minute and 20 left to go on this one. I'm tempted to add back in here a little bit. I'll get back involved with that 4th one right here. Minute to go on this bar. Kind of a nice wick. See if we get some follow through. little flag here. That could have been a little bit of a fake out right here. This. Let's look at RTH here. So again, we got spike down here, 76 level. See if we get it through the 80s, low 80s. Yeah, definitely have some stuff going on down here. Don't want to see it pop up. So you can get that in. I wonder if I should even pull it. I'm going to move this further down and see if we can get a little love from this one. It's a nice rejection on that wick. Boy, at that first target at 82.25. All right, let's manage that risk. See if we get it. Come on, give me that 82. Looks like we got the 82.50. Hmm. Come on. Alright, so I got this thing tightened up regarding risk. Alright, we're out of one there. Let's see if we get any kind of follow through. I'm still in 3/4 of this, so as far as looking good. Still got another 2 minutes to go on it. Got my stops both at break even. Close to it at least. So not getting the follow through I'd hoped for on that one. We got 1:20 to go on this bar. I think we push a little lower. But we've gapped lower, so I'm sure there's guys looking to fill the gap, and this might be the end of it. I'm just in two now. Out. Well, it wasn't a bad trade. Wasn't great. Good level there. Who would have thunk it? 30, 30 seconds to go on this bar. So we're still kind of in this pattern, right? That drive up, sellers just push it down hard, and then it's just kind of a march, nice little march to the 70s, potentially lower. See how this bar closes. Yeah, it looks weak. Looks weak. But then again, it looks weak over here too. Fake people out here put this in. Let's see NQ where it's at. If it's at a spot where it might bounce a bit. Yeah, NQ down to a crucial point. Pull some stuff up real quick. Alright, so we sit and wait. Nothing wrong with waiting. Especially for something good, something worth doing. It's a little frustrating. The stop I had was right at 86. Came up to like 86 half. Took it out. These are hard for me to hold out. So like even if I had the hypothesis that we were just gonna meander lower, they're hard for me to hang on to if I'm short with some of these pops in here because I want to protect what I've got, you know. But currently, we're an hour in, pushing lower, and it kind of feels like, well, where's it gonna go? Where's it gonna go but down? At least for right now. Got a downward sloping trend here. Take a look at this. NQ's super weak. Alright. So here we are, right? Like at this level the other day where we had some pretty, pretty definitive pops. A pop here, another push up here. We're here and we're just kind of like settling in. See if they keep it below 91. We're just kind of settling in. Let's see here. Oh, there's that beautiful face. So yeah, push up, and the market says, no, this is my home. This is where I want to be. I want to be under 5,000. I want to hang out in this area. For now, at least. grab some tea. See what they do at 90 again. I might mute this thing here shortly. Yeah, it looks coming up to 90 again and just can't get it. I'm in 2. Again, nothing major, nothing big. So it's 2 micros. So, you know, I know, it's big time. I like supporting Apex with commissions. What can I say? I'm gonna mute this thing. I got my dryer that's in the room behind me. It makes a little noise. Gets a little loud. Maybe I'll let it be for a minute. I'm not in love with this one. I'm tempted to just kind of cut bait. I'd like it short if it did pop way up here. Trading the micros, I can get in trouble sometimes because, you know, I'll like a position. I'll think, oh, I'll average in, but I don't want to be on the wrong side of this thing if there's anything crazy, if it does pop. I'm just closing out. It's too small, like, of a position for me to really make any money anyways, or put a dent in the Eval account. So we'll just give it a little time. I like this spot better. I will add some if we come up a little bit higher and we're showing weakness. Again, I'm in 2 micros, so it's pretty small. It's very small. Pardon me. Alright, the mute's going on. Here's the dryer. All right, my dryer is done drying. No doubt some of the longs took profit here at VWAP, where I entered a short. Average price is 97 on this one. Green bars just marching right on up. Oh, that's not the one I want. I want this one. Let's do. It's looking decent there. We'll take two off the table there at 92.5. Okay, I wonder if this is where the push is up to, and then we maybe try to get back down somewhere in here. Looking, first target's 92.5 right here. I think we can do it. This could be good, at least on the 5 minute here, if we put in a little doji. So I'm mindful we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 green bars here, just trying to push this thing up. And Q is at what could be a critical spot too. So I felt with the two of them coming up that this being VWAP for ES and then NASDAQ also at a critical spot. They're both at like 50% retracement. So I thought I'd take a crack at it and see what happens. So if we come down to this 92.5, I will then move my stop either to the high of this wick, or to break even, one of the two. I am on 4 micros, that's my size on this one. I am Mr. Micro. So 92.5, first target. Now this is on, so this is Sim. I've got my accounts linked to Sim. So this is the the leader account. All right, so let's go back. We'll kind of zoom out. Let's go to, I'm looking for one, ES clean. There we go, that's what I wanted. So I'm still in this, I just have no annotations on this screen. So looking at this spot, thinking that this could be its home. We're pretty close to hitting our first target here. Let's see if we can get filled. It sure would be nice to. Boy, I've been close today, haven't I? A few times I've had, a few targets where we've come within inches of getting filled and then we don't do it. Come on, give me a little something. See what we're doing. Yeah, I don't think this is going too much higher. Yeah, this should kind of give us a break here, I would think. All right, so we're close. We're 3/4 of a point away from getting our first target filled with half our position. Our entry is 97. We are short. I'm tempted to, for goodness sake, take one off the table. Something. Let's pull up the old dome just so we can stress out about it. Come on. Come on, 92.5. Okay, I'm out. I moved it up 1/4 of a point. Out of that one. Goodness sake. And Q looking kind of nice here. Got the stop to break even. Again, I want to see what this 5-minute bar does now. I think this 88.5 might be a good level to take off one more. If we get down to there. And then if we can, I'll let it try to run. But this could be all that the bulls are willing to give us. Let me look at NQ real quick. So here's NQ. We came up to this spot here, and between, it looks, pretty close to halfback. We were halfback on ES. We were right at VWAP, so that was kind of the impetus for me to get involved in that level. So now the question really, I mean, nobody knows. The question is this just a pullback and then we continue marching higher? We have gapped down. The market's been extremely resilient as of late. Or do we kind of nestle in and get settled right back in the lower areas? So that is what inquiring minds and inquiring traders want to know. So I've got my stop and break even. Anyways, let's go back to, here's ES clean chart, I call it. So it was a nice entry. I'm pleased with that. But yeah, thinking that, we spent a good amount of time this day figuring things out, and then we just blasted to the upside. So now we've pushed up, we've come down. Thought was that, well, maybe this is our new home, at least temporarily, right? Maybe this is it. So time will tell. Yeah, I'm wondering. Let's see, 89. Let me look again here. So it's nice to book profit on that one, but it's also kind of rough. Like, well, I don't think it's gonna do a whole bunch right now. Just wondering where a good next target could be to the downside. We got 2 minutes to go on this bar. And this is where we saw some, price action going on here earlier. So push down, and this is it. I mean, so no wonder it's kind of, so that's the thing. It's either going to stall here and then continue to push a little bit higher, or it could just continue pushing lower. But if I were long, if I were trying to think now, if I were looking to get long, where would I do that at? That's the question. This wick's interesting. Another 50 seconds to go on this bar. We're close there. This is one I might even add if we come back up. I don't think this thing has legs. But what do I know? Let's think back here when we're getting involved. Looking for a target lower. Yeah, 90. 90 is not bad. It came close to it. Came within 3/4 of a point down to 90. So stop on half of it as at break even. Looking at overnight, just looking at all this up here. Let's look back at RTH because it's a lot more. Oops, some more significance. Got another minute to go on this bar. This could be nice. I'm going to move that target down to 90. Or up to 90. Alright. Got our target there. Let's see if we can hit it. Might even want to take both targets and put them at 90. I don't think we're going to get a push higher. Well, never mind. You just never know. Just never know. Never know. So if I was looking to get long, I'd probably be looking to do it a little bit lower, right around that 90 level, if I were a bull in this instance. So let's see if we can take out 90. We're getting awfully darn close to it. Come on, give me one more quarter point. Well, my levels are good. My levels are good, I gotta say that. I've been spot on today. Spot on. So we get 90 this time, we're a point away. So first one we took it off at 92 quarter. Looking to take off this piece at 90. And we'll see if we get lucky if something happens. But I don't think too much will happen. Wondering maybe about if 88 would be a next good target. All right, I'm out of that one. I bought it back at 90 half. Was dancing around, just couldn't get to it. So we'll see what we do now. I'm just in just one. Did we make it to 90? I don't know. Looks like we did. Yeah, my exit was 90 half. So take what you can get. Take what you can get. All right, so if I was a bull, I guess that's where the bulls are looking to do business, right there at 90. And let's look here, what we got there. 86. 86 is another important level. Well, I guess all these are important. So got the last quarter of this thing, risk free, stops at break even. Seems like it's less likely, that we push down. I don't think either that we get up too high from here. I mean, like you mentioned, Tech T, it could be making, some kind of a flag here. See if it breaks that and then pops higher. But I don't know if the Bulls got the steam to really take it much above this. I've been very, very wrong before, though. So that's why I got my stop at 97, just in case the Bulls are feeling strong. I want to be protected, be managing risk well. Got 4.5 minutes on this new bar. Let's look at our RTH here. So in this instance, the question for me then becomes, because this is halfback and it is VWAP on both NASDAQ and ES. So there's part of me that's tempted to just adjust this stop, add if we come up here. At least based on what I'm seeing right now. Pardon me. Now that could all change. I could have a different thesis at some point in the game, but that's what I'm seeing right now. We've got 11:30. 11:30. I'm sorry, 10:30. 10:27 right now. I got involved in this one. Let's see. Been a while ago now. 20, 25 minutes ago. short at 97, 4 micros, spread over 10 accounts. So small size, but big size. And took half of it off at 92 quarter. Took another quarter of it off, or half of what was remaining, I should say, at 90 half. Tried to hold out for 90, and it just didn't get it, so I got a little impatient. Took it off at 90 half, and then got on this guy. I don't think we're gonna do too much with it, but we'll see. I'm gonna hit the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back. Okay, much ado about nothing. 86 wouldn't be a bad spot. 87. I don't think we'd do it. I'm gonna sell one more up here. There you go. So it looks like that fills at 93.50. Got a 3 to go on this one. Looking nice. Pull up my, looking for a target here. Alright, so we can get down into here. I'll move that stop, then I'll kind of trail it, bring it to 94 quarter if we can end up somewhere down here. Again, not looking for a ton on this one, but this bar is shaping up nicely. Trying to figure out possibly a better, I think that 88 half will work. We'll tighten up the belt a little bit there. There we go. Buy one there at, where did I buy it? Put it at 88.75, and then I'll move this guy to here. See if we can get some follow through, and then it'd be really nice if we could just continue the downtrend. That would be pretty sweet. That feels nice when you can take advantage, and then you got like a really nice definitive spot of where you want to have your stop at. This bar looks nice, and we still got another 2 minutes to go on this bar. Let's see. So we talk about price and kind of residing in a home of sorts. Let me pull up this one. Sorry for all the changes. So this little downward deal was our home earlier. And NQ failing here pretty nice. There we go, getting some movement. I was thinking about 86.50 being my target on this one. I did chicken out, got out a little early. So let's see if we can hit 86.50. My levels have been pretty good today. Both where I'm right and where I'm wrong. I mean, I haven't batted 1,000, but there's no need to. So we've got these wicks here coming back down in this area. This 5-minute bar looks really nice. Try to give it some time. Don't want to get out of it here. I mean, we've got this. I know where I'm running on this. Last little runner was able to snag a few more points up there. So this one's looking pretty good. There we go. I am tempted to try to close it out down here at 86. Not gonna lie. Close it out. She's done. That was a good one. Let's see if we get some follow through. NQ is also coming down. We're coming down to this congestion spot here. Close that one at 86.75. So looky there, 86.50, that was my target. Came down to 86.5. I still think we could push lower, but that was the level I had in mind. So big decisive move down, hang out down here, comes up, pretty big decisive move down. So, you know, now it feels weak enough to where we can just push lower now. Now maybe we've got the bulls out of the way and we can get down now into the lower 80s, into the 70s, and just continue on from there. But all in all, not too bad. I'm up 145 spread out over those 10 accounts. That was the trade right there, short at 94. That was the trade of the day. So the trick is taking into context on the bigger picture and then balancing that out with the 5-minute bar. That is the trick. Pardon me, I'm just going to have a little snack here. Yeah, that was a good ad. You always wish you would have added more, right? I'm looking at that thing, man. That was a good ad right here. After seeing weakness with not a lot of follow through. And at this point, I don't know, 10 minutes ago, NQ also was bouncing off of that 50 fib. So it's kind of nice when you can have both markets giving you some confluence. I don't really watch NASDAQ much, but I will check it from time to time and see what it's doing. And if NASDAQ's, 50% retracement, we've come down and the charts are looking pretty similar. Could be a little bit stronger of an indicator to go ahead and get involved. Let's see now if on the 1 minute, what they do here. I like to look too for where bars happen on the 5 minute that are unexpected. So the bulls were they didn't expect this bar, right? The bulls are thinking, okay, we're working up, we're consolidating here now, and then we're going to push higher. So this is where I took my profit. It's also where some of the bulls try to get involved. So if they were bullish, they were surprised by this bar. Now we're kind of back in, I don't know, call it our home from earlier. We knew that this level was significant. Some wicks going on here. They tried doing something here, and then that got rejected. So, I wonder if we keep it below this, I don't know, 91. So there's always the question, right, of like, do I hold it, try to get more out of it? Do I not? Do I just cash in and take profits? I got a good buddy. He's a great trader, and his name's Mark. He says, you never get poor taking profits, and you don't. That's true, but there are times when the market dynamics just warrant holding on to it or holding on to a piece of it. But I think for me in this instance, getting out at this 86 level was warranted just because of all this stuff we had going on here. Doesn't mean we can't go lower, but I feel like it was a prudent exit in that instance. Feels weak. Came down, put in a doji. Think we could continue. That's the thing too, isn't it? I mean, just letting a candle finish. So this would be where trading on my own without anyone watching, without accountability, I'd be tempted to jump back into this thing and ride it short. But if my thesis doesn't work out, I know I'm wrong about 94, but I feel like we could easily be another 10 points lower. But gotta wait for it to set up. Gotta wait for just a better reason. Although I did get out at 86.75, so I would argue, well, it's just like holding on to that one and even a little bit better position. That's true. But I'll let some bars complete and see what's going on and make a move from there. Today's not President's Day. I just saw my stream. I'm gonna need to change that. Yeah, I forgive the lack of technicality or the lack of technical ability. Forgive that if you would. let's see where it's thin on that one coming down. So yeah, bears want to keep this below 91.5, 91. It's kind of thin there. I'll show you what I'm looking at. You can see this. This is our push down on this bar right here. And it gets kind of thin here, like low volume. Just like went through it pretty quick. So bears would want to keep it below that. And also on that other trade where I was short at 97, part of that reasoning was I was looking at the thinness here. I don't know if you can see it on your screen too well, but it was right around like 98, 99. The market got pretty thin there, and it just went through that level real fast. So thought I'd kind of hang my hat against that, or hold my thesis against that. Let me move this out of here. Ooh, we got to continue lower. Let's see. Feels like it. So I guess every day is President's Day. See what we do. We got 45 seconds left to go on this bar. 5-minute bars we're looking at. Let's see if they keep it below like 91, 91.50. Feels like they will. Anything can change though. Anything can happen. Again, here was that. Let's look back to our clues, right? Coming here, looked weak, popped up, looked strong, and then they just brought it right back down. So this area is important. Call it 91. Boy, it looks somewhere where I'm kind of tempted to get involved again. Looks like it could be a flag going lower. I'm in just one, so it's little. Got duped. See if they do it 91. Okay, I'm in one. Remember, I took that one off at 86.75. These are micros, not a lot. I'll add to it if I see something worth adding to. Stop's a little big on this one. It's a little wide. If we get up above 91 and spend any time up there, I'll probably look to just kill it and cut it. I got another 240. This bar's almost halfway done. Don't want to ask too much out of this market, right? I mean, we've kind of put in value here, so it could be like a B if you're, familiar with like value profile or anything like that. So come down, got some, TPO here, and then most of it seems like it's going to be in this area. Unless, of course, we put in a pretty decisive 5-minute bar, or start to come down here and then look weak. It could just continue lower, but that's what I'm mindful of in this situation. It kind of looked like we were flagging here. Wonder if we're potentially flagging here, making a flag, right? Let's see if the bears can get another push lower. A new bar coming. This looks kind of nice. Yeah, this looks promising, at least for the time being. Again, let's see if they can keep it below that 91 level. So got up to 90.50. Let's see them keep it below 91. Then the question becomes like, how far can they push it? The bears, it is, if they do take it lower. Not a super pretty chart. Not super clean. Hard to be patient on this. Oh, I shouldn't say that. Alright, let's see if we get a little action. A little follow true. I want to see it take out this low. If it can do that, I'll gladly move my stop down to here. I don't like that. Not a fan of that pop right there. Now we're just in kind of chop zone. It's 11, so it's lunchtime in New York. There's 86.5 again. So that was the level, wasn't it? 86.5. That was it. Got another 2.5 minutes to go on this bar. So I guess I could look at this like that one trade is still intact, but I'm kind of tempted just to cut it and get out of it. Yeah, not a lot going on here. I don't know. Doesn't feel great. Alright, so I don't have too much risk down. Let's see what it does here. Bears are like, what's going on? Got a half a point of risk. Want to see some follow through now. NASDAQ looking weak. Feel like this could be the bar to do it. Got 50 seconds to go on this bar. Maybe I'll pull this thing up a little bit more. NASDAQ looking like it could give us some follow through. If it doesn't happen on this bar, I'm probably going to kill this thing. Kill the trade. Come on, NASDAQ. Give me a little something. Keep it there. See if we can get anything going here. 86, kind of popping off of that. All right, you can see here I've got a half a point worth of risk. Mindful that we could pop here. I'll just move to break even now. So maybe we dump them out, maybe we don't. NASDAQ kind of coming down to a crucial area too. Risk-free trade. Risk-free. So either the bulls are going to step up here, or potentially we continue down with some kind of motion like this. Maybe I'll put my risk here at 1 point above. I'll do that. And there we go. I like it. How's that for managing risk, huh? Huh? But again, bulls could be down here looking to swoop this thing up and then, drive it right back up. All right, we've broken this, so that's nice. That's good. Move that guy quite a bit lower. Let's take a look at NQ, NASDAQ. All right, NASDAQ looking good. NASDAQ not yet to its lows. ES approaching the lows. That's a nice bar right there. Oh, I like it. I like it. Very nice. So do I take it off here, right? Do I take it off here and just be happy with what I got? Or do I try to let it ride? That is the question. I'm going to just close them out right there, right near the low of the day. Reason being, NASDAQ's got a pretty big spike on it. So here's NASDAQ chart. Come down, pretty big spike. NASDAQ was right at that level. I don't want to give back any on this one. So again, that was just would have been like the one remaining piece I had on from holding from up here. That worked out well. Risk was managed well. Let's see if we do get into now. Ooh, call it 76. Nice bar here. See if the trend just continues. So if we take out this low, get down to the 70s. Yeah, so again, NASDAQ, granted, this bar still has what? What's it got to go on? It's still got a minute 40, so that might have been a little premature, but I saw this pop on NASDAQ based off of this wick and thought, well, let's cut it right there at the low. But it's anyone's guess, really. However, with a minute and 27, this thing is on its butt, and so probably would have been good to try to hold that a little bit longer. Would have been good to do, but we got out at 83.5. Took very little heat on that one. See if we can break them now. So I guess it was kind of a flag right there. Yeah, 94. That was the trade right there. Here we go. There's that 81 level. NASDAQ now getting a little lower. NASDAQ's still not at its lows, but feels like ES could pull it down. Like it could be seeing lows at some point here. Where are we at for the day? So let's take a peek. Accounts. Where are we at? All right, so here we go. Oh, that's as big as you're gonna get. So these are the Apex. We've done anywhere from 2 to 4 micros, and this is what we're sitting at right here. So I'm pleased with it. Not too bad. Boy, that 97 is looking good. 97. Short at 97. There we go. There we go. All right, let's see if we hit that 76 level. I don't see why we wouldn't. We're 2 standard deviations away from VWAP right here, but the third is still quite a bit lower. Third's at like 69. And let's see where that bounce was the other day. All right, yeah, so let me pull up RTH. All right, okay, so here's where the bounce happened, the 73 level. But look at today. I mean, look at this thing. We gap lower. Granted, it's been an incredibly bullish run. And finally, you know, there's some people taking profit in the bigger picture, selling some stuff. So came up, drifted lower, tried to be strong here. That 97, that was a great level, great entry. And now here we are at the lows. And could be a train ride down into the 60s and even lower potentially. Let's see if we get 76. What do you come down to? 76, 75 looks like. We almost hit. Yeah. Yeah. So I trade, if you can't tell, based off the 5-minute price action. And try to get a feel for like the bigger picture. What's the bigger picture for today? The issue is it's hard to hold on to it. Let's be honest, right? You get a profit going, you think, man, I want to book some profit here and go to the beach or do whatever you like to do. Not the beach, but go do something. So again, here we are at 76, but I would think it was just some profit taking down here. But No need to get long. I shouldn't say that. We are trying to double bottom on NASDAQ. Let's see if we're kind of back in our little, see if we got a little channel here or what. Oh, got a new home. Here we go. Here we go, 76. All right, let's see if we just stay in this and then continue our little push lower. Push lower down into here. I gotta figure out how I can adjust my President's Day label. All right, NASDAQ now. Let's look at NASDAQ. Now it's into this wick. So we came off on this one. We were kind of dancing around trying to pop. Now we're into this thing. So we'll see. Let's see what we do here. This one too. So we came down. We held that. Let's see. That 91 level. I'm going to pull up that chart again. I mentioned it earlier. So that was 91 based off of this chart. So this bar right here, what you see, 91, this is where it was thin, right? Just sellers, no buyers there, got a 0 and a 1. So you'd figure that the bears would defend that area. Volume came in at the bottom end of that thing. So yeah, it looks flat there again, and that's that. I'm pretty pleased with my execution today. It's been good execution, good read of the market for sure, good management of risk. There's 76, but big deal. We got a minute to go on this one. So also talking about how I'm using micros just spread out over all those accounts. There's times I think, well, it's one micro that I'm holding, you know, as a runner. Like, what's another X amount of dollars? But it adds up too. So would have been doing well on this one instead of getting out at 83.5. Although it wasn't a bad level. It's not that it was a bad level, but looking at what the market's done, it was premature because we had this decisive move downward. And then we tried coming up and stayed under all that stuff and then just pushed lower. Anyway.
that might be it for me.
There's times when I go back and forth when I'm reading it well. Sometimes I want to continue to stay involved and trade, and other times I don't. But it might be a good place to stop right here.
Let's look at our scorecard. See what we're doing here. This is important. More important than I give it credit for. So this was a little example I did the other day. Oops. Here we go.
So the trick for me is going to be to remain small with size in order to stay alive, right, and fight another day. That's important. That's so important. And that's a big reason why I'm doing this channel is just because you can, I tell you, man, you can be a bodybuilder training for Mr. Olympia or an Olympic athlete. You can get a cheat day every now and then, but as a trader, boy, there are no cheat days. There are no days where you say, you know, I'm going to take a break from being disciplined. Um, you just can't do that. You can't. We know where that ends. So we'll kind of go through this and oops, give myself some grades. I don't know why this is here not moving. Anyways, so this is what I went over the other day. I'm wondering if this thing continues to push lower. Just looking at entry levels, I was very close to the levels I wanted to be involved at. Sizing was my sizing appropriate. I'm going to give it a 0.5. I feel like I could have been a little bit heavier at some areas. It's tricky for me. Like once I'm up, I can tend to shy away, but I was reading it well. So yeah, I should have been a little bit bigger a few times. But for the most part, sizing was appropriate. Got out of something when it wasn't making sense, and then had the gumption to get back into it, get involved. Stop placement, absolutely. Profit targets hit. Yeah, we did good on that one. Following the process well, I was, yeah. Grade, we'll give it a 4.5, 4.5 of 5. Not too bad. This 5 minutes like a week here. Did I know my targets? Yes, I did. Did I allow price to hit my targets? I did, and a few times it came within a half a point or quarter point. Made some adjustments if warranted. Did well on that. Was emotional capital reserved? It was. We'll give it a 0.5 though, because it's my first day back in a long time, and I have a massive audience watching, and so I want to perform well. But performing well is following the process well. Did I function from the soft zone? Was I like reserving emotional capital, taking it all into the proper perspective? I would say absolutely. So again, we got another 4.5 of 5. And that'll do that. That'll be that. On that, looks like on the 5 minute, we can continue this trend. Here's a little pop up. Get rid of these guys here. Remove. Get them up to 78. And let's see if they just continue to dump them still. Again, thinking that the trend just may continue. Something like this is what I'm thinking. Ooh, that 97. That was a good one there. Good entry. Great entry. So certainly some profit taking at that 76 level that I mentioned earlier, 76, 76.50, but doesn't seem like anyone is initiating any longs here. It's just guys who are short from above saying, you know, we'll take some off the table. but no new. It doesn't seem like any new initiative buying, and reason being is, it's because of this right here. Oh, how about this one? Look at this. How about this right here? That's another trade of the day right there. 86.50. Yeah, right there. Not necessarily this, although this wasn't bad. I was short there at 88 half, which is here. Looking at these all being kind of equidistant, same, looking similar. But then this here, this is nice. However, to be honest, it is a little hard to short in this area just because of all this congestion here. But I think when the bar finally closes there, it gives a good indicator, or it gives a good reason to kind of stick with it, try to be short. On this one here too, that little piece that I put back on, would have been good to kind of state my time frame and look at how many bars I was trying to be involved with. So here, when I was getting short, I remember saying, oh, I want to see what the bar shows me. I want to see how big, how long it can get, how extended the bar can be, and I'll go from there. This would have been a great point to do that, where, yeah, we did come down to the lows here, but to say, well, let's let the bar finish, let's let it wait, or let's wait, let it do its thing, and then we'll see what it's showing us. And here it broke the low and just continued weaker. So, yeah, if I'm trading off of the 5-minute bar, taking entries off the 5-minute, I certainly need to be taking exits off the 5-minute as well. Certainly, let's look at NQ. Where's it gonna go? It's got nowhere to go, man. Path of least resistance is down. It is down. Well, I think that's going to wrap it up for me. I may be back later, but probably won't. I'm tempted on a day like this to watch it because we're just strongly trending down. Wondering if at some point it does get a little violent. Overall market's just been so strong. And so, yeah, curious to see what it does, but probably gonna wrap it up pretty soon. There's some days it's helpful to just stay in front of it, and then other days it's like, all right, you kind of did your thing for the day, you got it figured out, and go on and do some other stuff. There we go. Let's see. So where is she gonna go but down now? Yeah, I mean we could. You never know, but I mean we could end the day down here in the 40s. So again, here's our chart on the 5-minute time frame. Got that nice M here, sold off hard, and then yeah. So all right. Well, I will say it is a little scary doing trades live. Actually showing you what's going on, but I know that it'll help with discipline. It'll help with sticking to the plan, following the process well. So there we go. Let's see. I should take a look here. I'll probably put a description as to where the trades were taken. Seems like precious metals and the S&P have finally decoupled. If gold can get above 2050, could see a nice run to new all-time highs, and where it goes is anybody's guess. So we went through the scorecard here. We did that. Let's see what else we've got. I think this is something I'd like to incorporate as well. So a little bit more of this, if you can see it here. Let's increase the size a little bit. Oops. I know the size is made to fit, so hopefully it's not too small on your screen. But kind of goes with the scorecard. Main idea during RTH and then the trade sheet here. This is a good one to use for trades. So whether you're long or short, kind of your main idea and what you're doing with it. Signals are based on the 5 minute or 1 minute. Confidence level, ABC, size, entry, targets. What's your time frame? That's important. Again, as I'm looking at the 5 minute bar, if my entries are based on the 5 minute, I really want my exits to be based on the 5 minute as well. Time of day, then actual time frame. So these are good questions, good metrics to kind of look over and consider. Another thing that I think about is having a chart that shows my trade, which you can do it here on Ninja, um, and having it be a chart that you would hang up on the wall, right? So like on this one here, when I re-entered again and was short at 94, took some off the table here at 86.75, and then got involved again, just small, but got involved. Um, those are trades where I think, yeah, I would mind pinning that up on the wall. That's a good one. So it's not even that it has to be like the monster trade, the killer trade, but was it a trade where you managed risk well? And looking back now, seeing that your entries, thinking, boy, I had great entries. I had great levels on this one. It really worked out to my favor and in my advantage. And again, at the end of the day, we talked about like on these Eval accounts, I was trading at most 4 micros. Sometimes I was in two, and then I would leave a runner on with one, and to be up 170 bucks on those, I'm pretty pleased with that. Well, I'm pleased with that. That's good management of risk. So yeah, it was a good day in that doing that. So I think I'm gonna wrap it up here. I might make another video and like post it later. Um, if there's something wild going on, I'll do another live stream later today. But I think that's gonna be it for right now. So uh, to my massive following and audience, thanks so much for coming out. It's been real. Hopefully this isn't edutainment. The hope is that it's just education, right? So we'll do it again tomorrow, and I'll be on. I'm not gonna be on like usually right at market open. I've noticed with myself that a lot of times the best trades for me come a half hour or an hour in, and too many times in the past I've had an idea, and sometimes I'm right, sometimes I'm wrong, and I've got an idea of what I'd like to do, and I'm just involved way too early. I saw this today and thought, ooh, that would have been a nice short. It's one that I think I would have read, but who knows. Yeah, I'll be back tomorrow between like 8:45 and 9 o'clock. We'll watch price action and do it again. But everyone watching, have a good rest of your day. Talk to you soon.